that the crybabies are still a minority. I think a lot of us are still sane in that way. We're kind of pussies. Like, we don't really want to say what we need to say because we don't know who is what or when they're going to get offended at what. It's just like everybody's on eggshells all the time.
Yeah,
you know what? I work with a lot of older adults, and only our generation is really aware that this is happening. But if you go to the older generation that doesn't really focus on technology that much, not on their phones all the time, they're like oblivious to it, and they're just living their lives.
Just like they always were, right?
Moral of the story: get off the internet.
No. Listen to the podcast, please. Listen to the podcast.
Yes. Don't listen to her. She does not represent this podcast.
Stick around, please. No, how about everybody just stop being such a little bitch all the time? That's all I gotta say. Anyway, this guy's great. I've seen other videos that he's put up. He's fucking hilarious. He really gives that... his English accent gives it more of that gravitas.
Yeah. Yeah, he convinced me with that English accent. I thought he was intelligent just because of that accent.
Yeah. Well, here in America, but if...
Oh, there's just another guy.
Yeah, you're right. He's just another guy. It's like, oh, great, who's this?
Sod. Well, whatever they say over there.
Anyway, man. Were you going to say something about Ben Affleck coming out? Because I saw something on the news. He came out of rehab?
He actually, he just got released from rehab. And he was actually on his way to go talk to WB about potentially, coming back. Because, everyone knew, everyone's kind of on eggshells because he's put himself back into rehab. And, he was in rehab.
For alcohol?
Yeah, for alcohol and for addiction because he's a gambler. He has a gambling addiction as well.
Okay.
So, I guess this all stemmed because he had broken up with that woman that he was with directly after Jennifer Gardner. And Jennifer Gardner had, they had an intervention to have him, tell him that he needs to go to rehab. Because they said that he wasn't a person that could be alone. And so Casey Affleck then said, came out and told, TMZ and E that, he's happy that his brother's coming back and getting clean. That their family has a long-standing history of alcohol addiction. Like his dad was like a severe alcoholic. Casey Affleck himself was an alcoholic. He hasn't. Well,
they're from New England. They were all alcoholics.
Yeah, exactly. What else does they do in Boston? So, everyone's kind of hoping that this time it's going to stick, and that this time he's kind of self-corrected because it took Jennifer Garner to do that and have that intervention. Because they divorced. I believe they're in the process of getting a divorce right now. So he may actually even come back for Batman. So we'll see.
No.
Well, we'll see. It may just be the writing food.
I didn't mind him as Batman, just like I didn't mind Henry Cavill as Superman. They just had bad scripts in front of them.
I have some hope with Matt Reeves, the guy who directed the Planet of the Apes, the last two Planet of the Apes movies. Yeah. I have hope that he's going to actually do justice for this next Batman.
I sure hope so. At least to keep the momentum alive, or at least build some kind of momentum. Because they killed it. Like it was fucking Wonder Woman came out with a bang, and then everything just fell flat.
Oh yeah, they didn't.
2 movies.
They didn't build on it correctly. They did it wrong. They did it wrong with how they did Batman vs Superman.
Marvel basically laid out how to do with superhero movies.
You see,
and they didn't do it.
Yeah, well, no, because Marvel had the leg up from the get-go. Because at the time when Marvel Iron Man released, that's when The Dark Knight was at its heyday. Yeah. So DC couldn't really build a universe because Nolan wanted to keep his Batman completely separate, and DC knew that they can't really do anything unless Batman's available that they can use.
Well, dude, that's just them not being creative enough to be like, we need to do
integrate
something.
it.
No, and that was the problem, is that they never, at the time, they didn't have like a central force like Marvel did, with Jon Favreau like really leading the charge, and then as soon as they got bought out by Disney, that's when it just expanded.
It exploded.
Yeah, and Warner Brothers didn't really see it being a fad because they wanted to more focus mostly on like their artsy movies and stuff like that.
That's true.
So that's why ultimately they're behind. And it's going to take them a while to even get, up and running. So, we'll see how Aquaman is. Aquaman's coming out this year, December 21st.
You don't like what you see so far, man?
No, not at all.
How come?
It's not convincing me.
Because he wants a white Aquaman with blonde hair.
You're No, I don't.
You want and the orange leotard?
That would be a cool throwback if he wore something like that in the battle. He doesn't necessarily have to make that his uniform.
Right.
That's his suit. His suit's like its armor is like an orange hue, and then he has like green. His green pants, man.
It's just dark.
Like green armor.
We'll let the podcasters decide when it comes out, but that's not what I saw when I watched the preview. It looked like he was in like a really dark suit, and I was like, "That's lame."
It's probably just the lighting. I mean,
No, that whole movie looks dark. Like the hue looks dark.
Yeah, because
that's
it's under
Zack
the sea.
Snyder.
No, it's not.
Influence.
It's the guy that actually directed The Conjuring and the Insidious movies.
Take
Isn't that what I
that,
said?
James
douchebag.
Wan, not Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder's actually his hands are completely out of DC now. They got
So
rid of him.
Good.
in
yeah,
Justice
Good.
League.
they did one thing right.
Yeah.
They're like, "Don't come back, sir."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be more darker because this is James Wan, the director of The Conjuring movies, and the Insidious movies. So the Nun.
The Noon.
He directed,
Which
no,
I
don't
heard
think
was
he
really
directed-
good.
Yeah, I heard
Did
the
he-
Nun was pretty
Did
scary.
he direct the Nun?
I don't think he directed the Nun. I think someone else
It
did.
was
But
just a spin-off. Yeah.
yeah, it was just a spin-off. He only did The
Still
Conjuring
scary.
2, Conjuring, and the 3 Insidious movies.
Right on.
Great. He's a great director. Especially those movies are fucking badass. They're
Yeah.
scary and they have good writing.
Yeah, they know
So-
how to. They know how to make you jump.
Yeah, like
Gordon Hardy was the director.
Yeah, so for me, that's where my hope kind of lies in the future directors, and I think Patty Jenkins is going to do a good job with Wonder Woman 84. That's gonna I have really high hopes for that. So we'll see. I mean, I'm really hoping they hit it out of the park.
Fall
with
of
fucking
DC, Aquaman, 2018.
Oh god. Well, that's it for me in nerd news, guy.
Awesome, man. Thanks. Well, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back.